we've already completed week one of the Diddy trial, and it's been a rather crazy case. There's been detailed allegations of extreme abuse. Cassie provided extensive and disturbing testimony detailing years of severe physical and emotional abuse by Combs. This included allegations of punching, kicking, isolation, and controlling nearly every aspect of her life. So this kind of goes into how he made her cut her hair, he made her do the freak offs, telling her what to wear and stuff like that. So there was a lot of controlling things going on. So that's what they established there. Forced participation in degrading freak offs. So Cassie testified about being coerced into participating in numerous drug-fueled multi-person sexual encounters, which she termed freak offs, or FOs, orchestrated by Combs. She described these as a routine expectation and a contributing factor to the stagnation of her music career. So she had like a contract, like a 10 album contract. I think she only released one album, and the rest of that time was spent doing FOs or freak offs. So crazy. I think one of the more shocking elements that we found out about the case is humiliating allegations involving semen. In Cassie's testimony, Cassie recounted a specific and deeply disturbing element of the freak-offs where after male escorts ejaculated on her, Combs allegedly forced her to rub their semen on his nipples. Now this is where it crossed into really one of the more weirder parts of the thing. It's like, he's using their semen as lubricant. So she's like the transferring medium for the semen, which is pretty odd. Now, we are an all inclusive podcast. We're not going to shame anybody for how they get down. But I can't help but giggle at the thought of all of this. It's just kind of funny. Rape and threats of video release. Cassie testified that Combs raped her after she attempted to end their relationship. She also stated that she feared refusing his demands due to his threats to release degrading sexual videos of her, which she believed would destroy her career and family relationships. So yeah, that's pretty much self-explanatory. So he was basically, according to Cassie, he was using the videos because there was times where he was not in the room with her while she was doing these things. She was just being instructed to do it, and he'd be watching from another room while she was being filmed and recorded. So he had videos that just had her in them that he was going to use as blackmail to try to keep her still doing things. So crazy. Now, explicit texts used to challenge credibility. The defense presented sexually explicit text messages between Cassie and Combs to suggest a consensual sexual relationship, aiming to undermine her claims of constant coercion and abuse. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to stuff like that, you gotta really think about it. They were in a very long relationship, so not all of it was bad. And my true belief here is, if I don't care how many times a woman says yes, if she says no one time, that's enough for you to say okay. It doesn't matter if she said yes an hour ago, 5 minutes ago. If she says no in the middle of it, you better stop mid pump. Like there's no. It's real simple to me. No means no. No. There's no questions to be had after that. So yeah, and rape isn't just anything to play with. Like, that's pretty extreme there. So with them trying to prove the consensual, yeah, okay, yeah, they were in a 10-year relationship. There's gonna be some consensual text, but that doesn't mean she was down for everything that was happening in relationship. So audio recordings presented against her narrative. An audio recording of Cassie speaking aggressively and making threats was played by the defense to challenge her portrayal of herself as consistently vulnerable and under Combs' control. So there was like a video where, like, I guess this some dude must have got a hold to a video of Cassie doing things, and she was just threatening him and trying to figure out how he got a hold to the video and all types of stuff. So that was not a good look for Cassie. Immediately, it looks as if you're trying to wield the power you're afraid of. So that's something to look into there. She's trying to, within that one action, what I'm reading there is you are wielding the power you're afraid of. Something to make note of. Um, Settlement acknowledged with regret. Cassie confirmed the 20 million settlement from her 2023 civil lawsuit, expressing that she would willingly return the money to erase the traumatic experiences, particularly the freak offs. So yeah, she's saying that she'd give all that money back just to take the freak offs back. Now, 20 million is a lot of money. Not saying that you should put up with freak offs in order to get 20 million, but it's one of those things to where it's like that's a lot of bread right there, you know? So something to consider. Witness testimony corroborating physical violence. A witness corroborated Cassie's allegations of physical abuse, recounting an incident where Combs allegedly attempted to strike her with a skillet and then physically assault her. Now, this is where it gets a little crazy. Yep, this is where it gets a little crazy. A witness corroborated Cassie's allegations of physical abuse where Combs allegedly attempted to strike her with a skillet and then physically assault her. Homeland Security investigation details shared. A Homeland Security agent testified about planning of Combs' potential arrest and the execution of a search warrant on his hotel room as part of the ongoing investigation. So that was talked about somebody on a home security team talking about how they were planning to arrest him and stuff like that. That might have been some interesting dialogue. And defense strategy focused on consent and alternative explanations. Combs' legal team has attempted to portray his relationship with Cassie as consensual, albeit unconventional, and suggested that the accusers are not coerced. They also raised the possibility of drug influence on the night of the alleged 2016 assault. And that's when, like, we saw that very horrible video of Cassie being beat down in the hallway trying to escape Diddy. So that was definitely not the business. How do I feel about it overall with everything that I've heard? Just looking at everything that we've seen this whole fucking weekend, stuff like that, it just kind of feels like Cassie's possibly trying to, I mean, because the thing about it is the defense, all they really been focusing on is kind of saying Diddy's just freaky as hell. And granted, yeah, that's, nasty, disturbing, and somewhat, not really, not, it doesn't feel right to hear a lot of the stuff you're hearing. But I'm still really searching for where he broke the law. Like, we need to really hear more about where's the trafficking coming in and stuff like that. Because the dude they had up there was like, I think he was like a dancer or something like that. So they hired him as a dancer. They ended up having sex with him and stuff like that. And he ended up coming back to do it for free. So you're coming back to do it for free, which really kind of takes the whole trafficking thing out of it. It seems like it was somewhat of a relationship there. So it's still kind of just painting the picture of Diddy being like a nasty ass dude as opposed to him being like a sex trafficker. So, and this is after maybe like a good 2 days of hearing Cassie talk. So it's kind of outrageous. It's kind of outrageous that they haven't really gotten into that just yet. So, but we still have a good while for this trial to continue. So it could go anyway at this point. There's really no set anything for this at this time. So It's definitely some craziness. But I had to really just give my point of view on it because it's definitely a spicy courtroom case thing going on, and I wish we could have had video like we did with the Amber Heard trial and the Johnny Depp trial, because I felt like that would have been real good to react to. But yeah, this has been your boy King Chemo with the drop, and just want to make sure you guys have that information. You know what I mean? We will be covering more of this movement as we go into this new week, and we'll see what happens. But so far, it's been a very shocking case, and I just don't know where it's gonna go from here. You know.